yeah, it attacks it because of his XAE X12 blah blah blah, whatever the hell it is. That's actually sneaky code.
How
And of
deep did
course,
you
they're
delve
tanking
into
the
this, man?
cryptocurrency, which is a Chinese invention.
Yeah,
There's a war going on here, and we're not seeing it.
and you don't even have a gun.
Guns are going to be useless in the future.
I beg
The
to
world that
differ.
they're in. You feel safe with your little gun. It's just going to be pointless.
With your little guns, all right, yeah, because your British wit's gonna keep you safe.
It's my skepticism that's going to keep me safe. My sarcasm.
Fucking Bond villain. So let me tell you about this dream I had last night.
Ooh.
I was kidnapped. I gotta find out the PC way to say this. By a little person.
Oh yeah. Under 4'10" with the hands.
Yeah. I would say about 4 feet tall.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm in my old neighborhood and it's dark and I'm walking down the street. A car pulls up to the corner, stops, guy gets out, starts walking toward me, and it's this little 4-foot guy. And immediately I'm just filled with this fear, like it was weird. And so normally if something happens and I'm startled, I react like this, put up the dukes, I'm ready, I'm good to go. This time I was like, no,
Yeah, I mean, it would happen down here, wouldn't it, really?
I was like, no, and then like grabbed my arm and I couldn't break the grip, couldn't fight back, couldn't nothing. I got drugged to that car, I got kidnapped, I got abducted.
I mean, you were probably so concerned because perspective-wise, you probably thought the car stopped a lot further away when the guy got out, started walking towards you, and you're like, are you still like 20 meters away yet?
Yeah. And then I woke up in a panic. And that's why my eyes look like this.
And your chihuahua was on your face, grabbed hold of you.
No, she wasn't this time. She doesn't go for the face. She usually tries to like crawl up my ass.
So was that a later part of the dream?
No, that wasn't part of the
okay.
dream.
The little person didn't
have a little dog.
Anyway, so I don't dream a lot, in fairness.
I haven't either.
I've never been a big dreamer.
And that's usually why you are where you are.
Really horrible shit. But the thing is, because I just usually like sleep for 20 minutes at a time, roll over, sleep for another 20 minutes, roll over. So I don't think I ever get into that, REM deep sleep where you actually dream.
Yeah.
I don't sleep well enough, so.
Yeah, I haven't been dreaming lately either. I think it was because, have you ever heard them tell you, like, if you eat spicy food before bed?
There's a few things like that. I mean, if you tell you about cheese as well.
Sugar, yeah, if you eat sugar before, well, I had a bunch of spicy chips before bed. Like, right before bed, like, sitting in bed, like, okay. Pretty sure that's what did it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that could cause some form of reaction, I'm sure.
Yeah, but in the form of a little person, that one's new.
I mean, trying to stay politically correct here, but there's obviously a lot of random things I could say there. But just is what it is.
Just goes to show, dreams like that for me are in short supply.
Oh,
I'm done.
That was a low blow. That was.
Yeah, that was below the belt, wasn't it?
I'd have gone over some people's heads, though, I swear. Oh, no.
Short.
Boom.
Boom.
So I'm going to go straight in with my big conspiracy theory now.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to try and turn this into a grand unified theory. Steadily as we go on, I'll try and see whether it has legs, see whether it can be connected to multiple things. But the initial premise, and I'm sure some other people have said it before, but you never know, is I think Jeff Bezos is a Chinese infiltrator sent by the Chinese government to prepare our capitalist society, capitalist first world society, for the communist rule and oppression. So, I mean, obviously in capitalist China, you know, they're basically slaves. Communist China, they're basically just slaves. So, have you heard about all the shit that goes on at Amazon?
No.
Oh God, it's horrendous. They've got them shitting in buckets, pissing in bottles when they're on deliveries because the time frames they've got to try and hit. He's got them all with these little wristwatches, and they give them time frames for how quickly they've got to do each individual task. And they get this bleep: you've got to do this task immediately. If they're going on their breaks, they get 20 minutes for break, but wherever they are on site, their break starts from as soon as they
from where they are on the floor to
exactly. So they have to get all the way to wherever the break room is. They got 20 minutes, and then they've got to get all the way back during their own breaks.
Yeah, I've had that. I've worked at a distribution center. That was part of it.
Yeah. So, and if they're not doing these things fast enough, they just get a notification on their watch: "You're fired. Get out."
Do they keep the watch? I'd keep the watch.
I doubt it. But it's that's some oppressive shit. And
that
apparently
they
actually have. Well, so yeah, I think because obviously Amazon has cut out the middle class in first world countries completely, because I mean it's destroyed businesses. Obviously started with bookstores, retailers. It's annihilated them. So Jeff Bezos has been doing that economically for years, obviously being funded by the Chinese, of course. And then all of a sudden this thing called COVID comes along, and all these small businesses that were originally struggling and don't have delivery systems start to struggle, start to shut down, all get closed down, everyone goes broke, and Jeff Bezos made $70 billion all of a sudden. So he's now the only employer left. So all these people who were middle class and are business owners now have got to go and work in a warehouse or as a delivery person.
Does this tie in any to his trip to space?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Just you wait. Trust me.
To be continued. Okay.
There's plenty to go on. Because okay. So yeah, COVID comes along, takes out the middle class, finishes off a load of businesses that were still competing against him. And then of course he tries to show that he's very left wing and says that, oh, Black Lives Matter. But then for some reason he's got this policy, and this is a legitimate policy of Amazon: do not promote from within the warehouse. Of course, who disproportionately works in the warehouse? Black people and Hispanic people. Very, very large number. He has a policy in do not promote from them, and we've got to try and actively push them to not last more than 3 years. Actively try and push them to lose their jobs within that time frame.
Yeah, less raises, benefit cost, all that, yeah.
Yeah. And because he believes, and I believe he's been quoted as saying something along the lines of basically people in the lower class are not intelligent enough to be able to do any jobs other than menial labor. It's something along those lines, to that effect anyway. Mm-hmm. So you've got him attacking them on the political, on the economical front. And then along comes this guy, Donald Trump. Now he starts preparing the mass populace in America for fake news. And with this premise of, if I say something, it's true, you cannot question it, you have to blindly follow it. Bit like the leader of China does. You know, censorship, not allowed to look at this, not allowed to look at that. You can only watch certain TV. If you Google certain things, someone comes and picks you up. If I say it's true, 100% true, and you can't argue with it. So I think Trump's involved.
So, like the Amazon distribution centers are kind of like the communist training centers now?
Yeah, effectively is what I'm saying. So you've got your manufacturing, which has been moved offshore to China, and then the distribution centers are obviously localized. So he's got people convinced that they're competing with China, so they have to be more efficient, faster. But you're not competing with China because they're manufacturing, we're distribution. So he's got that, make everyone think that they're in competition when actually they're all part of the same rule.
Yeah.
And then over here you've got, also, yeah, okay, so this will tie in. So anti-vaccination movements. So to prolong COVID, to make sure that all these middle-class businesses and Amazon improves and the middle-class businesses die, he creates an anti-vaxxer movement. And they create the great and powerful an anti-vax movement, which means that people aren't getting the vaccinations, they're prolonging COVID, it's lasting longer and longer. Boris Johnson in the UK does similar sort of thing. He doesn't go into lockdown until the cases have skyrocketed, unlike what Wales and Scotland did, who reacted immediately to it. So then it meant that we were in lockdown for months and months and months. Again, improving Amazon on our shore, because Amazon's not as popular over here, not as much. Still is popular, obviously, but not as much. And of course, recently we were supposed to come out of lockdown officially, but he decided to prolong it a month. And 2 days later, Amazon were having their birthday party for Prime. So they were doing
Prime Day.
Extra benefits for when you sign up to their Prime subscription service. Again, financially benefiting Amazon. So it's all starting to tie together now. So then we've got the thing you're saying about space. So what he's trying to do now is he's racing Elon Musk to get to Mars, because once he gets to Mars, he's then going to become an overlord and he's going to become untouchable. He's going to have and then he's going to be able to take over the Earth for China, obviously. But you're not going to be able to get to him. So what we need to do is we need to make sure Elon gets there first, so then he can start the war against China and Jeff Bezos.
Holy shit. Tesla versus Amazon.
Yeah. Well, he's competing in the car industry.
Yeah.
He's got his own car out. He's got his own space out, but he's obviously beating him substantially in the market front.
Oh, yeah.
Employment.
So Elon's our only hope.
Elon is our only hope. There's a shadow war going on. And Elon's basically the James Bond of the world at this moment.
You probably shouldn't have put that theory on this platform because you might disappear soon.
I mean, they're obviously watching me right now, but
yeah, you don't know what agents he has.
What I'm hoping is that Elon gets me first. Because I've blown this thing, wide open now.
Yeah.
I've begun the war before Bezos can get to Mars, because that's the important thing. Because once he gets to Mars, it's over.
Yeah, Dunzo.
Yep, he's got the world then, and we're not going to be able to get to him. We haven't got interplanetary missiles yet, so he might. Who knows?
Nick, I have something to tell you.
Am I going to want to hear this?
Bezos got to me. Sending this recording to him right now.
Got you in the arm, did he?
Yeah. So I thought wrong. It wasn't, right wing. Oh, I guess it is right wing stuff. But it was Bezos. He got me.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because also he wants to chip his employee. He has said openly he wants to chip his employees, and they're going to be able to use the chip to pay for food and stuff. He wants it to be completely cashless.
Jesus Christ.
He's opening cashless stores as well, where you go in there and everything you pick up and put in your basket, just register your phone, and then when you walk out, it auto pays.
Seems very convenient, but scary at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we all get this chip, then and that's why the other part is Elon Musk obviously wants Neuralink.
Yeah.
So Neuralink's going to be able to fight his microchip. But the other thing is he named his daughter a code, and whenever that code goes viral and is typed in on the internet, it attacks the Amazon ones and zeros binary code.
Binary, yeah.
Yeah, it attacks it because of his XAE X12 blah blah blah, whatever the hell it is. That's actually sneaky code. And of course, they're tanking the cryptocurrency, which is a Chinese invention.
Yeah.
There's a war going on here, and we're not seeing it.
And you don't even have a gun.
Guns are going to be useless in the future.
I beg
The
to
world
differ.
they get. You feel safe with your little gun. It's just going to be pointless.
With your little gunsies. All right, yeah, because your British wit's gonna keep you safe.
It's my skepticism that's going to keep me safe. My sarcasm.
Fucking Bond villain.
I mean, you guys are obviously far more susceptible to being sheep. Obviously, clearly,
It's so sad.
it's true though, isn't it?
It is. Jesus Christ.
They come on and tell you to do something, you just do it.
Yeah. Hey, you guys need to start eating your underwear. Helps you keep COVID away. I'm already eating 3 pair. Like,
Well, half of you are going to do that, and then the other half are going to put them in the freezer because you've got to be against the idea.
yeah, they're just not going to wear them at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free the testicles, free the genitalia.
Free the genitalia. They need to breathe, man.
And now you've got this abortion shit going on as well. And China are talking about stopping their single child laws they've got. Do you know they had that?
I thought they stopped that already.
I mean, it's not a law. You can have multiple children, but you lose all your benefits for the first and second child. If you have a second child, you lose all the benefits you would have.
Yeah, I thought
So
that
you
was
like free schooling.
I thought that was done already though.
I saw something in the news saying they were going to stop it, unless they changed it at some point.
Yeah, I saw it was a couple of weeks ago, and from what I heard, it was already in motion.
Yeah, it might be soon, or it just happened.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a little bit nervous about saying these conspiracy theories though, because it's like, well, someone could actually latch onto that and think that that's actually true.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about on our conspiracy episode.
I mean, the Finland thing. I mean, someone just made that up for shits and giggles, and now loads of people believe it. Flat Earth. It's all shit.
Yeah, what was I mean, I think I have a new one. Like, I don't believe in the moon. I think it's just the backside of the sun. Let's see if that one gets legs and takes off.
Yeah. Just turns around.
Around nighttime. Boom. That reminds me of something I heard. There was a bank robbery, and it was on this like world's stupidest criminals or whatever.
Yeah.
So this guy walks in, robs a bank, walks out, not wearing a mask or anything. Immediately gets picked up by the police. They notice he had lemon juice all over his face. So like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, well, someone told me that if you put on lemon juice, they won't be able to see you on the camera. And they're like, no, you spray lemon juice on the camera lens and it'll blur everything out. No, he put it on his face.
There's some brilliant ones of those stories.
Yeah.
There's a great one. There's a bunch of lads came in and tried to take all the money from a till, and this guy said, look, you've come at the wrong time of day. You need to come at like 4 o'clock instead. That's when the money's in the till. They left, and he like called the police and said, look, I think these guys are going to be back at 4 o'clock. And they turned up and tried to rob him at 4 o'clock. It's like, no, you fucking idiot. Really? There's a gas station one once where they robbed the gas station. They came back like half an hour later, asked for directions because they couldn't find out where they were going. So the person at the gas station gave them bad directions. So, and then called the police, and then they came back another half an hour again later because the directions were no good and they needed better directions.
Yeah. I used to work for the county in Tucson, violent crimes division for the Pima County Attorney's Office. I was a paralegal. We had a case where a bunch of teenagers went into, it was like some Circle K, some convenience store, pulled a gun out, stole a bunch of cigarettes, stole an iPhone, and left. While the person immediately does track my iPhone, calls the police. It's on the move. They follow it, and they find them behind. It was like some other corner store. They were in the back talking to a bum. and they caught them as one of the guys was trying to buy a roll of toilet paper off the bum because he had to take a shit. So they pull him in, and I'm watching this guy's interrogation video, and he's sitting there just like fidgeting, and he's sitting in there, his hands are cuffed to the table, and a detective walks in to speak to him, and he's like, "Can I go to I really need to go to the bathroom," and he's like, "We'll go when we're done." 45 minutes that interrogation lasted. And,
he held it though.
He held it.
Play.
They didn't say anything, but I did see one where there was a guy who they put in there. They gave him a cup of coffee or water, and he told the officer, I really have to take a piss. And he's like, "You're going to have to wait." So the officer leaves, and he's in there for about a half hour just sitting there. He gets the coffee and pours it out in the corner, and then he kind of maneuvers it, and he pees in the cup, and it's a small cup, so it starts overflowing immediately. So he just kind of puts it on the floor and finishes. The detective finally walks in, and he's like, "All right," he steps in it, and he looks down, and he just looks everywhere, and he looks back at the person, and he's like, "I told you I had to pee, man." And he's like, "God damn it." Slams the door and walks out.
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go, man.
Every baby with a brain can tell you everybody poops.
Yeah,
as Stewie likes to sing.
I've seen some funny videos, seen some horrifying videos. Oh, what else?
Well, Amazon have in their company handbook of how to shit in the tub when you're on a delivery.
In the tub?
They have a tub to shit in, and they have a bottle to piss in, I think.
Okay, at least have
must be
cap, like a bottle or something.
To shit in?
To piss in.
To piss in, they got a bottle, so they've probably got, yeah. Yeah, but I think they have to shit in a tub. But I think they've got guidelines of how to do it.
Go before you leave your house.
Yeah, they got like 12-hour shifts.
Go when you get home. I don't know. No, I can't say anything. I'm on the road a lot now, and I have to pull over every couple of hours. It's like, ugh, need to find a bathroom.
You can't hold your.
No, you can't.
Shit, but
sometimes you can't.
No.
Like the way my body works is, I get the initial urge, and then right after I get this warning, like, "Hey, your stomach here. You have about 30 seconds to get to a bathroom, or we're gonna have a problem." But actually, I have a funny story that I wanted to tell you. This happened a while back, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with a question. Nick, have you ever been so drunk that you tried to drive a toilet?
I can't answer that with an absolute no because I can't necessarily remember, but I'm going to go with no.
Okay. Let me paint a picture for you. We all comfortable now? Now, this didn't happen to me personally, but I was there. This is from what I saw.
You were the passenger.
Happened to my brother. My younger brother, who actually does listen.
And hopefully he's going to come on the show and get his own back with some stories in reverse. But okay.
That would be, oh, dude, we have stories for days. You hear that, Aaron? Next episode. All right. So back in the days when I used to be in the band, we used to party a lot. We used to drink. I lived with two of my bandmates, and we would always throw parties. It was awesome. So my brother's there. At the time, he was not legal drinking age.
Which is 21 over there.
Yeah, which is 21. But we got him drunk anyway. So throughout the night, he's drinking. We're all drinking. We're having a good time. I notice he's at the point where he's kind of stumbling. He says he has to go to the bathroom. I see him look like he's serpentining, to the... He gets there. Yeah, he gets there. He comes back out. Someone makes him take a shot. And then he's just like, I need to throw up. We get him to the bathroom. His head's in the toilet. He puts the seat up. He has his hands on the bowl like this. He's puking, and then he picks his head up, and there's just like, when someone looks at you and there's just nothing behind the eyes. That's what it was. He wasn't there anymore. That was no longer him. He starts sliding his hands around the rim of the toilet. And I was like, "Are you fucking driving? Are are you all right?" And he's just like, like he's fucking driving. He's driving our toilet. Good thing we cleaned it, but still endured a night of being peed in. So he's
By
driving
drunk
this.
people who have no aim.
Yeah, of course. So he's driving, right? He's having a good old time. I guess he wanted to hear the stereo, put on the radio, hear some music or something, because he starts mumbling something and we don't know what he's saying. And he's just like, what? And he says, acoustic. And we're like, acoustic? And he's like, acoustic. And my buddy Mike turns to the guy that was our lead guitarist and singer, and he tells him, Abel, get your acoustic guitar now. He wants to hear some music. So my buddy Abel, being the good friend that he is, runs out of the bathroom, goes, gets his acoustic guitar. So my brother has his head in the toilet, throwing up,
Driving the toilet, and you're
driving his
serenading him.
and he's playing. I don't remember what song. It might have been one of our songs, but he's sitting there playing the guitar, playing some music. So I guess,
yeah. If this was it just would have been better. Was that a public bathroom? I assume it wasn't a public bathroom.
no, it was in our house.
That's a shame, because I could imagine someone coming in, opening the door, and just being like, "What? Never mind. I'll use the ladies."
Hey, get out of his way. He's driving. So he eventually reaches his destination because he doesn't want to hear the acoustic anymore, and he stops driving the toilet. So we get him up, and I was like, all right, we need to go put his ass to bed. Pick him up. We take him to my room, what was my room at the time. And I lay him down, make sure he's all good, walk out. Well, I had another buddy that was there who got really drunk too. And it's like, all right, man, time to put your ass to bed. You're starting to be annoying. Telling him, hey, man, let's go to sleep. And he doesn't want to. And he's running from us. And we corner him in this room. And he's laughing and he's backpedaling in my room, steps on my brother's head, trips, falls backward, head goes through the drywall. So now I got a half dead brother and a hole in my wall. And this dude's just laughing. So we pick him up and he's like, all right, I'll lay down. I lay down, and starting to get stressful. And he's laying down and I hear him giggling. Like, and I'm like, guys, he's gonna fucking run. And right when I say that, he gets up and he runs. I'm like, just leave him. All right, leave him. Just, wherever he ends up, we're done. And yeah, so the next morning we wake up and my brother's laying there, just the typical first I got really drunk hangover.
Yeah.
And we told him that he drove a toilet, and and he didn't crash, I guess, which is pretty impressive. But that's the story of my brother who drove a toilet.
Yeah, see, I haven't got that many embarrassing stories. I've been drunk as shit. I'm pretty sure I got pretty sure someone date rape me once. I'm sure someone spiked my drink. Which was a bit of a strange experience, but I was drinking quite heavily, I'll admit. But I went to the toilet, told my friend to watch my drink. This is in like my hometown, so it's like you're not concerned about it, but people just do shit because it's funny. They just think it's funny to do shit like that, I think. So I knocked back this drink and I thought, that didn't seem right. And I was like, oh well. 2 minutes later, all of a sudden, I'm like, why is the bar getting further and further away? Why is the ceiling coming into my vision? I was falling over backwards and it felt like it was in complete slow motion. And I was like, it's nothing. How is this happening? This is really strange now. So I grabbed onto the bar. I don't know how the hell I reacted to it. I just turned to my friend and said,
because you were going in
now.
slow motion, you had all the time to react.
That's the thing. I think whatever they gave me the ability to time travel.
Shit.
It was very confusing. I was drinking vodka and orange, I think. Or should I say double vodka and orange, probably.
But screwdriver.
Yeah. And your brother's toilet driver.
My brother drove a toilet.
I drove a screw and he drove a toilet.
What else? I guess there was one time they had me recorded. I was so drunk, I was counting money for some reason. and I was talking shit to it, like, I'm gonna kick your ass, money. You better move. That was pretty fun to see.
That's yeah. Now you've mentioned that, I do. My first ever experience of being on YouTube was I was probably about 14 at the time, and I started drinking when I was 13, which again, way below the legal limit. It's 18 here, but that's when I started. And you obviously watched The Simpsons. Everybody did.
Yeah.
There's an old man who does the oh, grandma, she ain't what she used to
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
ain't what she used to be, and pulls his pants down and does that. So I was doing that, and at about like 6 a.m. in the morning, and they recorded me and they put me on YouTube, I believe. So somewhere that video is out there. And of course, this was 13 years ago, maybe. So this was like right at the start of YouTube.
Oh
So
shit! It's in the
yeah,
archives.
it'll be out there somewhere.
I almost died one New Year's from drinking.
Ooh.
It was from the first batch of Four Locos that were killing people.
Oh yeah.
That was almost me. So we go to New Year's party. There's Four Locos everywhere, and I'd start drinking one. Someone puts one in a beer bong, and they just come up to me. I don't ask what it is. I just take it. Go. So the way we did it, you just add, if you drink 2 Four Locos, you got 8 Loco. Well, that night I got 16 Loco, they told me. So it was a combination of that, beer, and a friend of ours was passing around this huge bottle of Jaeger.
Yeah.
It just kept coming back to me. And I remember throwing up many times. I get home and I spent New Year's Day in bed in the same spot, not moving, like just shaking. I couldn't move. I couldn't drink water. I couldn't eat. I couldn't get up. I couldn't anything. And there was just a bag next to me. And every once in a while, just like, I think New Year's Day that night, like at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, I was finally able to get up and like crawl to the bathroom. Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. Like, I'm pretty sure that would have killed lesser people.
I basically quit drinking when I was about 17. It lost all its appeal once I got to the point where I was like, I'm nearly legal now. This is shit. I don't like drinking anymore. All my friends were just starting to go out, getting served and stuff. So they were, oh, let's go out. And I was like, no, I think I'm just going to stay in now. So it's exciting when you're drinking underage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then as soon as you stop drinking underage, it's like, yeah, but I can do it legally. So where's the excitement to it?
Yeah. Or you'd go to a bar and it's nice and busy and you walk up and just, hey, order a drink, and they give it to you and you're like, oh, it's going to be a good night.
But that was what I was like when I was
underage.
13.
Yeah. When you're underage.
Yeah.
Then I'm of age. And
yeah. In
I
fairness,
get you,
I was 6 foot tall, had a substantial amount of facial hair. I probably looked older than I do now. So it was very easy for me. We went out to one of my friends was turning 18. I was 16 at the time. And we went into this bar, and it was somewhere that I drank, or the bartender was somewhere that served in one of the pubs that I used to go in anyway. And they went to order a drink, and the bartender turned to me and said, look, I don't want to bother IDing all of these people, but obviously I know you're 18, so I'm assuming all of these are 18 as well. And I was like, yeah, actually, she's the last one of us to turn 18. It's her birthday, and oh, that's great, that's fantastic. So she served us all, and of course I was 16 at the time, and she was the only one who was 18.
you could have just ruined it and be like, oh no, actually I'm not. I'm 16.
No. But my mum ruined it for me in one pub. I went in there and because she was always telling everyone like, oh my god, he's only 14. Look how tall he is.
Yeah.
And she walked into the pub. I just bought me second pint, and I was stood next to the pool table. And I hear my mum going, look how tall he is. He's only 14. And I was like, for fuck's sake, mum. Could you? And I was like, I'll finish my pint and go.
Nah, I would have went back up, been like, hey, you started. We might as well just finish this. Come on, give me another.
In fairness, they wouldn't have cared. But
Should have got wasted, man.
it was a
Or the work conference I was at. So they did have open bar. And
ooh.
the guy that was bartending, I walk up and I slide him a 5 and I tell him, you and I are going to be good friends tonight, buddy. He goes, absolutely. So after that first time, without me even having to ask, I would just walk up and he would have whatever I wanted ready, you know? So I was drinking your favorite Coors Light because I wasn't trying to get hungover. So every time I walked back up to the bar, he would see me, bam, 2 ready. That's how you do it.
So, and you said you were going to be good buddies with him?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds to me like an enemy.
Oh, no.
Someone who'd hand you a Coors Light, that's an enemy.
We were good buddies. All right. Dude probably made like $20 tips off me.
Here's some piss in a can.
You're just jealous.
Jealous of
What is that?
Hobgoblin Ruby Ale.
Ruby. Haven't had that one. No. I'm out of
Goblin on
beer,
it.
but I did have some of those Dos Equis. Have you had that yet? You have had that
Yeah,
at my
I have,
house.
The only thing I haven't figured out yet is where QAnon fits into all this.
Maybe they're just a distraction, and
That's what I think. They might be a red herring.
yeah, and they're just gonna fizzle out while all this. Can't trust anything these days, man.
Yeah, there's so much going on. There's this people working you from every direction,
Mm-hmm.
trying to manipulate you and twist you. Because as far as the most powerful people in the world are concerned, the manipulation of me is the most important thing to them.
Yeah.
So that's what they care about most of all. That's why they want all my information. The great and powerful they. That's why they want all my information. So that's why I don't put it online, because otherwise then they have it and they know where I am, and and we can't have that.
I already gave it to them for you. Don't worry, but I got you.
You think you do? I mean, you think my name's Nick.
I know what your real name is. Todd.
Brit. You too, Todd.
Todd. The laptop.
Shit. We've given ourselves away.
I know. We said we weren't gonna do that until the last step. Words. All right.
Yeah. So one of our health minister, who was in charge of the NHS and the COVID response, has just resigned. He was fucking his aide. So I don't know if he hired her specifically for that reason, or he hired her and then she was like trying to work her way up the ladder or something. But he's not an attractive guy, so yeah, I don't know why you'd compromise your job for that. But the worst thing about it is he broke the social distancing guidelines that he'd put in place for the entire country so he could have an affair. Like, can't do that. So yeah, he's had to resign.
Yeah, he hired her for that purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
At first it was for the eye candy, and then it was for let me
hand candy, and then
let me crack this joke. Oh, she laughed. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, she thinks I'm so funny. And his name is Matt Hancock. Yeah.
Thank you for that. He should download our app.
Yeah, he would definitely do well on there.
They'd be like, "Oh, look it, he has a clever screen name." No, it's not a screen name.
He's gonna be one
That's
of
his
our
real
Premiere
name.
guys.
Yep.
Some new Marvel films coming now.
Black Widow.
Because they got the Black Widow, but they've also got, I've seen 2 more. I think there's one something about it's a, I'm gonna say this kind of offensively, but it's an Asian one. and it's like 10 rings on his arm. It's got like 5 rings on each arm or something. And he like goes and trains to be a martial artist by some like monks or something.
So he's like the dude from Kung Fu Hustle.
Kinda, but legit style.
But legit, Kung Fu Hustle was legit. Damn it.
He was legit. In fairness, eventually he was legit. But yeah, no, it was very similar to the guy from that actually in the way that he used it. I can't remember what it's called, but it actually looked pretty good. To be fair,
I mean, it's Marvel. It's going to be good.
It's probably going to be fairly good no matter what the superhero is. And then you've got, I think it's DC, is it? The one with the Rock, Black Dave, or whatever the hell his name is?
Black Adam.
Black Adam, that's the guy.
Black Adam. He says he's trying to get more buff to play that role. Like, you can get buffer? Like, you can get bigger? Holy shit. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to bulk up for my role. I was like, what have you been doing then?
There was another one as well. I can't remember what it was, but I definitely saw another one. Again, it looked pretty good. I don't know, because this iteration of Marvel, that definitely seems like it's going to be very, very different. It's going to be far from the sort of mainstream superheroes that we've all sort of
got used to,
always been known about.
Yeah. Did you watch that Loki show?
No, I haven't watched it.
It's not that great.
I didn't think it was going to be.
No, it's not.
They seem to like this idea of they're going to start doing shows instead of films. I'm not sure I like it. I've not watched WandaVision either.
WandaVision was good. You actually have to watch. Like,
in fairness, I can understand that as a spin-off a lot more.
I think you'll appreciate the cinematography in it.
Yeah.
Because people have been raving about it, and when I watched it, like me, someone who doesn't know shit about it, was like yeah, that's pretty fucking amazing. Like,
in fairness, I can get on board with that as a spin-off because it makes sense in the sort of storyline. Whereas the premise to this Loki looked like there was some all-powerful police force or something for the universe or something.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, where the hell were they the rest of the time?
Exactly. Like,
why have they just showed up now?
Like, and it's Loki, who obviously extremely powerful, you know, and he was just like at their mercy straight up, couldn't do anything about it.
He's a god.
Yeah.
I mean,
he keeps saying that too. I'm a god, and they're like, okay.
Yeah. If they're this powerful and this amazing, why didn't they take over Shield? Why weren't they helping out?
Because that's what's supposed to happen in the timeline.
Yeah, but I don't like the idea of that. It just doesn't. It's like, well, it's almost like Captain Marvel turning up at the end of the film to sort of save the day.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you just call her first?
Because she was.
He has the power of an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, but you should watch Marvel. WandaVision. WandaVision was good. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I'd be more likely to avoid that one as well. Again, I'm sure they're going to be good. It's just, I'd rather see films.
Yeah.
For the most part. Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier are going to fight again in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
The third fight, because they're 1-1 at the moment.
Rubber match.
Yeah. I don't know who I'm going to call.
I haven't seen enough Poirier.
Poirier's good, but even in that second fight, Conor was the one who was going forward. He was the one who was pressuring. He looked the more dangerous. But at the same time, Poirier, he sort of sat back and bided his time, and then he caught him and managed to get the fight. But I don't know. I think if they last 5 rounds, I'm taking Conor.
Yeah.
Poirier's got to knock him out if he's going to do it or submit. I don't know. I think I'm going Connor. I prefer Poirier to win, but
I haven't watched one of those in so long.
there was one on last night. It was an earlier one, so I can actually watch it. Because I used to watch them obviously all the time when I was on night shift because it was great. Saturday night, everyone had gone to bed, and I could sit up and watch UFC on Saturday and then American football on Sunday. Ace. But yeah, now I can't bother to get up to watch him. But I'll probably wake up early and watch that fight. Be about 4:30 in the morning, so I get up at 5:45 in the morning on weekdays anyway. But I'm interested to see Francis Ngannou's going to fight Derek Lewis. Francis Ngannou is a scary motherfucker.
I don't know any of those newer guys.
Look him up. He's terrifying.
I'll look you up.
He's 265 pounds and he is pure muscle. Not like, because Derek Lewis is 240, I think, something like he fights that, but he's chunky, fat, powerful.
Would you compare that other guy to like an Alistair Overeem, a young Alistair Overeem?
I don't think I've seen a guy that I would compare to Francis Ngannou.
That's fucking scary.
He scares the shit out of me. Have you watch his knockout highlights?
What about
and
like
just
Czech Congo?
Congo is in like King Kong.
What's his name?
Francis Ngannou.
Francis.
Yeah. NG. GN. No, NG. Yeah. Ngannou.
There he was the first one that popped up.
Watch his knockout highlights.
So he's like a DK Metcalf on steroids. Jesus
Kinda.
Christ. This guy's huge.
But he's like 265 pounds.
6'4", 250. Oh my God.
Yeah. And he's built like that at 250. Watch him knock people out.
Look at his fucking legs.
How the hell they survive.
Oh my God, yeah.
But the thing is, like, he would go in and he'd come in with a lot of pace and he'd try and knock them out real quick. But if they survived his first sort of onslaught, they were able to get into the fight. But the last fight that he did, I can't remember who he fought now. It was a championship fight, wasn't it? It was I can't remember who the heavyweight champion was. One of the best fighters of all time, anyway.
Me.
Can't remember his name now. But he paced himself and he fought a hell of a good fight.
Okay.
But the amount of punches the other guy took that would have knocked anyone else on the planet out, it was a good fight, but scary to watch.
That's too big, man.
Yeah.
Like I always tell people, just because they have muscle don't mean they can fight. You know, when someone's all intimidated because someone's all big and
yeah,
someone like that's not fair. That is just not fair.
No.
That's actually like my fucking brother, that drove the toilet.
Yeah.
He's like 6'1", 6'2", retardedly strong, like super strong, and he knows how to fight. Like he's a technical fighter.
Yeah.
It just makes him like he's so fucking dangerous. Like he knows boxing, he knows kickboxing. He wrestled for a while. He knows, little submissions here and there, but someone like that with that kind of size and strength, it's just not fucking fair, man.
Well, that's what DC was. That's why he became double champ, because he's that big. But yeah, he could fight technically, which none of the other ones in his weight class could do.
Yeah.
There's a French guy coming now who beat Alexander Volkov last night. A guy called Gain, Gane. He looked good. He fought a good fight. But
I gotta catch up. I think the last new guy that I got invested in was was he a lightweight? and he's all tatted up to his neck.
Oh, you're not on about Max Holloway, are you?
No,
No.
I can't even think of his name, but he was the last one. Like he was an up and comer, and he was kicking ass, and now he's like he's been established.
Yeah. I don't watch it enough anymore. I was watching it loads,
Yeah,
but
something with a G, I think. Yeah, I can't remember. It'll come to me later.
I don't watch it enough anymore because of the time that it's on. When I moved to America,
Get it.
I don't know if I want to anymore.
Hey, we put the wheels in motion, man. It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna move to China.
Even though it doesn't matter, we're still gonna get married. Yeah.
It reduces the amount of time.
Yeah.
That until I can get a citizenship.
No, we'll wait till after you get your citizenship.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to wait 5 years then before we can get married.
Well, it'll just make you appreciate it more when it does happen. Right. Family's hungry. I need to go get food.
Yeah. I'm going to bed.
Tired bastard. Look at you. Look at you. Disgust me.
And I've missed the soccer as well. Soccer.
Bonjour.
Soccer? I don't even know her. Ah. Let's end on that.
Gladly.